Yati, come here, help or something.
Yes, madam. Yati at your service. Can I help you?
My girl need to do a project on Indonesian culture. Can you tell me more about culture and country?
Yes, madam. Let me give you a little insight on our Indonesian culture. In general, the people wear clothes that are similar to Western style. They wear traditional dress on special occasions. Indonesian men generally wore sarongs in the home. In public, the sarong is worn only when attending Friday prayers at the mosque. For formal national occasions, the men wear batik shirts with trousers or teluk beskap, a combination of the Javanese jacket and sarong. For formal occasions, Indonesian women wear the kebaya, a beautiful figure-hugging embroidered blouse worn with a batik sarong that is usually dyed with flower motifs and in bright colors. On these occasions, women often tied their hair into a bun or attached a false hairpiece. In addition, they may drape a long stretch of cloth called selendang over one shoulder. This cloth can be used as a head shawl or on less formal occasions used to carry babies or objects.
So how is the performing arts in Indonesia?
Madam, in Indonesia there are many forms of performing arts. One of them is the wayang kulit, which is a traditional puppetry and drama of Indonesia. It began in ancient times as a ceremony for calling departed spirits by hanging a coconut lamp on a stretched white cloth and casting shadows on it.
Oh, I see. Is there any more?
One example of Indonesian dance is the legong, a Balinese dance usually done by young girls dressed in gold brocade wrapped tightly around their bodies and headdresses decorated with flowers. In this dance, accompanied by gamelan, two beautiful dancers move their bodies, hands, fingers, heads, and eyes with supple grace and in perfect unison with each other.
Wow, so many ingredients. They all look so foreign to me. What are you making?
I'm making gado-gado, madam.
Yeah, I know very little about Indonesian food. But one thing I know is that Indonesian food is influenced by many foreign cultures. Can you explain to me?
Yes, sure, madam. Indonesia consists of 5 large islands and thousands of smaller islands. The climate of Indonesia is almost entirely tropical, with the temperatures being different at different altitudes. The country's soil and climate support a number of agricultural crops, with sugar being the largest commercial crop. Thus, sugar are frequently used in making kuihs, and it also explains why Indonesians like sweet fruit. Indonesia is also the world's largest third producer of coffee and the second largest producer of palm oil. Hence, Indonesians drink a lot of coffee, and palm oil is often used in the preparation of food. Also, with improved agricultural techniques, rice production is high, leading to rice being the staple food of Indonesians. Religion also influences the food habits in Indonesia. 80.3% of the country's population are Muslims, leading to a large consumption of halal food in the country. The halal symbol by the Indonesian Ulama Council are also commonly found on most food products in the supermarkets. However, the food centers that Muslims usually dine in do not usually display halal certifications because of mutual trust between Muslim customers and food sellers. However, in regions where Christians, Hindus, and animists are the majorities, non-halal food are also widely consumed, such as pork. Lastly, trade influences the food habits in Indonesia too. Trade with the Chinese, which first began around 2000 BC, influenced Indonesian cuisine, and this can be seen in the use of tea, noodles, cabbage, mustard, soybeans, and the method of stir-frying in Indonesian cuisine. An example would be nasi goreng, one of Indonesia's national dishes. By 100 AD, curries, cucumbers, onions, mangoes, and eggplants were brought over by traders and Hindu missionaries from India. Ginger, cumin, cardamom, coriander, and fennel were also introduced, adding to the wide variety of spices. Around the 1400s, Muslims from the Middle East began incorporating goat and lamb dishes into the Indonesian diet, as well as yogurt-based sauces. The Indonesians had strong trade links with the Europeans. By 1540, chili, which is native to the Americas, was introduced by trade with the Portuguese. Now, chili is widely used in the typically hot and spicy Indonesian dishes. Indonesia is a country with many regions and islands, and its cuisine varies from region to region. For example, Sumatran food is heavily influenced by Malay food due to its geographical location. Some examples of dishes found in Sumatra would be the mie celor, which is a noodle dish, and the tempoyak, which is a dish made from fermented durian. Balinese food is influenced by the Dutch and can be described as contrasting with everyday food and festival food. The staple food is rice, accompanied by vegetables and with a small amount of fish or meat. Since Bali has 93% of Hindus, non-halal food can be commonly found on the island. Some examples of Balinese dishes would be the bebek betutu, which is a duck dish, or the babi guling, which is the Balinese version of roasted pork. The Javanese are also known for their sweet but less spicy food, with rice being their staple food. Unlike in Bali and Sumatra, almost 90% of Javanese people are Muslims. This explains why pork is rarely used in Javanese food and most Javanese food is halal. Some examples of Javanese dishes would be the karedok, which is a fresh salad, the bakso, which is beef balls served in soup, and the gado-gado.
Oh, I see. So, how did gado-gado came about?
Gado-gado is something like Singapore's rojak, you know? It includes ingredients from so many different cultures.
Really? Tell me more!
The gado-gado consists of many different ingredients which results from various influences by foreign cultures. For example, tofu. Tofu or tauhu, as the Indonesians call it, was introduced by people from the Fujian-Guangdong border between Amoy and Swato. These Chinese traders migrated to Indonesia and introduced tofu to the natives. Tempeh can also be found in gado-gado. One theory is that tempeh was probably introduced by the Chinese who are making a similar dish called soybean koji, which is made by fermenting dehulled soybeans. The Javanese then adapted the recipe by wrapping tempeh with banana leaves and using a tempeh starter which is suitable to the tropical Indonesian climate. One ingredient used in gado-gado is cucumber, which is introduced through trade by Indians. Potato was also introduced in Java during the late 17th century by the Dutch. Spanish explorers introduced peanuts to Indonesia in the 16th century, leading to peanuts becoming a staple ingredient of Indonesian cuisine. Other ingredients in gado-gado include palm sugar, terasi, lontong, and also the melinjo crackers, which are also creations by the Indonesians to add inside the gado-gado. With the presence of modern technology, the gado-gado dressing can be found in dried blocks in supermarkets and require the addition of hot water to prepare it.
Now I know so much about Indonesian cuisine, and thank you for your info, and thank you for this lovely gado-gado.
Hey, madam, that one is mine!